NFL on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show off for an international audience. It's the Vikings going up
in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And now it's second down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now our first carry for Latavius Murray. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Murray. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray is a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
First down, Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And he rifles one incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. The counter with Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Ryan Quigley, 5th-year man from Boston College, in to punt it away. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Now, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Kaiser now to throw on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals. Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try to throw here. Kaiser toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Third down, Kaiser. He finds Coates complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. In the red zone this time. Now Kaiser. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cody Core hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamie Collins. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Bridgewater now on second down. Wright's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive. Can't get outside of you.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Screen play, Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now it's Crowell. Shrugs him off. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. The 8th-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come later tonight. It's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago, those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go?
Absolutely, that was a thriller. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this really is a good defense, because what they've done is focus on stopping the running game and being physical against it.
And the numbers, they really bear that out. They're currently 5th in the National Football League in rushing defense. On 3rd down, Bridgewater going with a screen for Murray. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Be ready. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger.
First down, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go. Tiger. Tiger. Way 90. Way 90.
Bridgewater on first down. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
First down, Kaiser. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Malachi Dupree that time. And it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They go play action. Kaiser. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Browns on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Kaiser. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
First down throw for Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That was second down run for Murray. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They go back to Murray on first down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
This is Murray. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Kaiser now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Kaiser showing what he can do with his legs. It's more than just the arm. He scrambles and picks up the first. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to the booth right after this. Kaiser now from the 50. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Kaiser on first down. Flushed out right. And he's got some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Second down, Kaiser. It's caught by Coleman. And he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the red zone now, Kaiser firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Cody Core with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Turn. Here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go play action here on first down. And this one's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's go. Move 58. Move 58.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we will send you back stateside to Orlando and say hello to Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Sammy Coates now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the 4 down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the football. He ends up with a textbook tackle.
Here we go.
To throw, Kaiser. Coleman has it here right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Going long for Coates. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
near the goal line. Bridgewater. And Diggs has it. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. They run with Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Second down, Bridgewater. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll send Gordon in motion left. Kaiser just getting the play off. Steps away to his left. Brought in by Coates. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Six yards to go here on second down.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll run with Crowell. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. That's Njoku over the middle. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Kaiser now to throw on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Back round. Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Back round. Back round. Let's go. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go.
Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second and 5.
Here we go. What? None. Black round. Black round. Black round. Black round. Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Black round. Black round. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Kaiser now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Come on, let's go. What? None. What? None. Black round. Black round. Ohio. Ohio.
Halfback sent in motion. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. He finds Coleman. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go with Murray again. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. The play fake, Bridgewater. It's complete to Diggs. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And right with it here over the middle. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Play action now. Kaiser. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Kaiser. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
On the ground, this is McNichols. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go!
Again, it's McNichols as they stay on the ground. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go! White, nine! Flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser to throw it. It's a first down and more for Gordon. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
To throw is Kaiser. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Second down now after the sack. Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
The offense on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Get ready. Wide 80.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Get ready.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
On the mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Let's go. Wide 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Here we go.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They run again with McNichols. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go.
And they'll try to throw here. Kaiser. It's a first down and more for Gordon. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. First down carry now for Crowell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Again, it's Crowell. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And an alley to run. And he'll go down at the 28. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you.